Hey, welcome back to Quote Booster. This is Taylor again. I want to show you something we've been working on. This is our loan quote. So this is one of the most advanced settings that we have where somebody's considering buying a new house. They want to consider different loan options. So this allows you to easily compare 4 different loan options. You can do a single quote, you can do 2, 3, or 4, and the app will just adjust to give you the best visual display for it. So I'll show you a couple things. So one, we have a quote for the person. They're kind of welcomed when they open up this. They're going to receive a link to this. It's on mobile phone or email, so SMS or email. It's going to show you who you are, right? What your NMLS number is, a little bit about your company. We're Quote Booster, coming out of Draper, Utah. And then it will show you the active quote, so they kind of know I have 4 loan options coming. Now, this is I don't know, getting a couple steps ahead, but you can interact with the quote and notify the loan officer that you want to move forward with the quote. We make it really clear that you're not actually locking the rate right now, but you've just communicated, I've looked at the numbers, I feel good, let's move forward. And hopefully you'll get a call in a couple minutes. The loan officer will get an email, a text message, and a notification in the app, and they just customize how they want to receive that when somebody clicks on that. Another really cool feature that's associated with that is when you send an email that has a quote, or maybe you text somebody and it has a PDF in it, you don't know when the person opens it. As soon as the person opens this link, we record in the app, we have a little pixel that says, hey, they opened it up at 6:50 p.m. And now you kind of know that they've looked at it. Or if it's been a couple days and they haven't opened it up, you kind of know what conversation to have with them, just based off if you know that they've seen this information. So right here, you can see we have these quote options. They can just click the quote options. There's a little bit of color right here so they can keep track of just visually remembering it. Hey, I remember that, I don't know, yellow option was really great. It's a really beautiful layout for it. We try to keep all the numbers really simple. And this is going off of a philosophy that when somebody's trying to look at really complex numbers, the visual presentation for that is really important because you can create stress or fear or uncertainty if you're just giving them this huge PDF with so much information. So one of the things we do is anytime they hover over a number, they can see what a definition is, a short single sentence definition, or they can learn more. If they click learn more, they're kind of logged into your account. So they're gonna see a definition and your profile is gonna be on there. So they never leave, they don't go to Zillow, they don't go to Google, they don't go anywhere else that ads can kind of distract them. And this is for everything. Oh, what's the home price? What's the loan amount? And we put this over everything. So if you wanna learn out what are closing costs, right? What's the down payment? What's due at closing? You just hover over it and you can get those answers. And then you can also close stuff. So if you only want to focus on the closing costs, just give them a really simple view. And look how beautiful this is. It kind of shows them the most essential information. And then of course, you're still going to have to give them the legal documents, but while you're helping them make a financial decision, you just focus on the finance. Okay, so it gets even better. It looks beautiful. You've just beat 99% of loan officers because you're giving them just a beautiful presentation for a quote, which nobody does. You have so many analytics like built into it. Okay, it looks great on mobile. I'll show you a mobile view. Next, we come down to understanding your loan. So this is really cool. Every loan option, again, we have that color down here. They're just gonna understand the details. So they have a short-term outlook. This is gonna be the mortgage payment, what's due, what the interest and principal breakdown is, how much is due at closing, and then with a click of a button, they can add bills. So now they can say, well, what if I have a $200 HOA? What if I know that my monthly taxes are gonna be $300 a month? And what if I wanna add my custom bill, which would just be custom one, and that's $55 a month. We've just added that to the top. So now you can see what percentage the utilities are. And then if you come down here to the total utilities, you can see the utilities and then the total monthly payment. So you have the mortgage payment, but then here's what the total for the house would be. And then if you want to get rid of that, it's a very simple view. The medium term, you click this button and now you get a medium term outlook. So we're seeing 5, 10, and 15 years. This is really great. We highlight what the equity would be in 5 years. And this is really cool because now you're planting a seed so that in 5 years, people are thinking, whoa, what could I do with that 40,000, right? This is a lot of equity. I didn't know I'd have that much. This is really exciting. I'm going to have $40,000 of equity in a house in 5 years. Like, you're giving a loan and now you're helping people be excited about that loan in the future, right? Here's when the principal and interest crossover is. So the date when the principal portion of your monthly payment exceeds the interest portion. Okay, this is really cool. And then they can switch this. Well, how much equity will I have in 10 years? How much will I have in 15 years? And we kind of limit this. This is actually a 30-year loan, but if you click this next button, you get the long-term outlook. This is your classic amortization chart, total interest, total cost, and then what your payoff date is. They can click through this. Now, of course, how many people actually go through the full 30 years? They don't. And so what happens? They look at the short term, the medium term. They have this vague idea of the long term, but now what have you just done? You've just helped them understand their loan, and it didn't take any of your time. And they thank you for it, and they trust you for it. And this is all built with your brand. Okay, if all we did was that, this would be a killer product. And you're already beating 99% of every loan officer out there who's still sending PDFs and emails. Let's keep going down here. Here's a loan affordability option, right? You can change this. This changes for each loan, and you know in every card exactly what loan you're looking at because the colors change. So let's look at this. Loan affordability. I have a $1,300 payment. I make $68,000. Hold on, I don't make $68,000. I make $72,000. What would that be, right? Hey, this is a low risk loan. My debt to income is only 22.5%. What's debt to income? What are the ratings that you have on here? Very low, low, high, moderate. And then what you can do is they can either put it in their monthly income or their yearly income, but let's just play what if, right? Let's adjust the payment. Let's say I want to buy something more. What if the payment went up by $239? Hey, I'm still low risk actually. What if it goes up by $600? Okay, I have a moderate risk. What if I just play around with this and I want to spend $10,000 a month on my monthly payment? Okay, I can't afford a $10,000 monthly payment when I'm making $72,000 a year, right? The debt to income is just fantastic. I can reset that. I can close this. It goes back to what mine is. Now you're helping people make good financial decisions. And you're the only loan officer out there who's going to help them make good financial decisions. And how much time did it take you? It took you 0. It's built in to the product that you're using that's representing it. Okay, so now what do we have so far? 1, we have a customized page with analytics built in. We have a beautiful loan presentation that filters out so much noise that's required by law, which you need to show them, right? But when they're making a financial decision, let's just show them finances, okay? You're giving them options to easily switch back and forth between numbers with a click of a button. You're then helping them see a short-term, a medium-term, and a long-term outlook. You're then helping them make sure that this loan, they can afford it. And then, what's better? We have a loan comparison tool. And so now what we're doing is we're now taking the differences in mathematical terms, the delta between different loan options, and showing you the comparison. And so now what you can see here is, let's go out to the 30-year view. You have this beautiful interactive chart where every month of the loan, you're seeing which option is the best. Okay, and why is this option C? These are like random numbers. So this is kind of arbitrary. I need to change this because I'll show you a better one. But notice how there's like this little dip in here. That's because of some of the closing costs. I'll go into this later. This looks really great when you give a scenario where it's like 0 closing costs, really big closing costs. Do you want to pay down points? Do you not want to pay down points? As you hover over it, notice how this highlights as I hover over it. Oh, look at this. It shows you the optimal dates. Okay, the optimal dates is crazy. This is mind-blowing. This is gonna like help investors, help people get into their loan to make good loan decisions. Right now it's showing you the full term just because these loan options are like kind of arbitrary. It's a random generation. But what it's going to do is, as the loans are different, it will show you which one is the optimal dates. And it could have, hey, the optimal dates is really great for a short term, for a medium term, or for a long term stay in that house, right? What's your monthly payment? What's due at closing costs? These are questions people are continually asking. But then it shows you, hey, you want this loan if you think you're going to be in this house for this long. With these kind of options, you don't even need to consider them because this is the optimal loan, right? Monthly payment. But then, okay, it's the optimal loan, but okay, maybe there's a barrier because of that due at closing costs. So what do? Well, you can find the second best option, right? And so you can see here kind of the stack ranking between them. This looks really great. There's a radial chart for it, which is awesome. Or if you want a table view of it, we break down the numbers, right? Okay, let's see what we have. Let's collapse all of these. We're gonna show them cash and monthly payments, first about 5 years, and then the full loan term. And so this kind of follows this kind of short term, medium term, long term that we have up here, but it's a comparative model. So you're only seeing a comparison. Okay, cash and monthly payment. Option D is the best. It's the lowest payment, right? Due at closing. Option B is the lowest due at closing, right? And it's also going to show you second. What's the second? Well, it's second by $4,000. This is how much I need. It's $4,000 more. Second. What's third? Now I know third. What's the highest? Oh, option D is the highest, okay? How much are closing costs? Which loan is just charging me the most in closing costs, right? Not due at closing because, oh, what is due at closing? Okay, just hover over that, you get your answer. What's the APR? Oh, this is the lowest APR. This is the best rate by over 0.5%, okay? That's why this one is crushing it, by the way. Okay, now tell me about a comparison of these loans the first 5 years. Why do we do 5 years? It's the most average time that people are gonna have their mortgage. Maybe they have their house longer, 7 to 8 years on average. They're gonna have their loan for that much. Well, tell me about the principal crossover. What's that? Okay, here it is. Tell me about how much interest do I have to pay in the first 5 years? This is the lowest. How much principal have I paid in 5 years, right? You can kind of see, it's so easy to see this. A 10-year-old could look at this and tell their parents what the best loan is. And then we get the full loan, the full term, what's the total interest, what's the total cost, and then what's the payoff date. And so as you see here, they're all 30-year loans, and then this one is just a little bit different. So a lot of these loans are just kind of arbitrary numbers. So anyway, this is one of the coolest tools out there, and you can sign up today at Quote Booster. It's a great product, and we genuinely think it will help loan officers, realtors, homeowners, investors, people who are new to mortgages are going to learn so much and feel so much better. People who are expert are going to save time, and they know that they're going to save so much time. So it's going to answer those expert questions. They're going to come to you and say, I wish I had this 30 years ago when I started in the mortgage industry. That's what Quote Booster does. Check it out, try it out, let us know what you think, and thanks for staying tuned.